Still jamming out to the music.
Hello, everybody. I think we are live. I'm trying to check on the page to see if we are actually live. If you can see us, go ahead and send us some comments. Looks like we've got some viewers in there. So go ahead and type in the comments so that we can see you. We are trying something new to make sure that we get this all going in there. So it looks like we are fully live. Welcome, everybody. It is Tuesday's live Lunch and Learn with Dr. Z and the team. How's everybody doing today? Go ahead and type into the chat box. Tell us what's happening for you and how you're doing. Hi, everyone. Give us a little bit of a hello so we can see where everybody is and what's happening there. So go ahead and type in. I'm looking for your comments. Awesome, you guys. Hiya. Okay, I can't see who that is, but thank you for typing in. Welcome from Stony Brook University. I'm guessing that is Brian. Awesome. Good. I can see everybody. I can see your comments. That is wonderful. I don't think we can share comments to all platforms here, but we're trying something new. So bear with us, as it seemed like last week we didn't quite get the tech issue. So we've had to go beyond just Facebook itself to be able to get out to the broader masses. So welcome, everyone. We're so glad to have you here. Do chat in the type box. Let us know where you're logging in from. Snowy Wading River. Yeah, it snowed on and Carissa, what's it like over there?
It's actually really awesome, and it's Winter Storm Lorraine, which I was very excited about. It's beautiful. It's peaceful. I love the smell of snow, and I just love how quiet the snow is. Because they do say that it actually sucks up all the noise. That's why there is a thing of snow making it very quiet. So it is very peaceful here, and I am quite enjoying it.
Love it. Awesome. Good. You guys, it is Valentine's Day tomorrow. People, type into the comments section there. Tell us what your plans are for Valentine's Day. Anybody have any special plans? So I know a lot of times people are thinking it is chocolate and flowers. What's on your agenda for Valentine's Day? Go ahead, type that into the chat box. Share with us what your plans are. Yes, Lorraine bought us some beautiful snow for lots of great self-reflection. So I'm excited about that. So go ahead, guys, type it in. Let's see. Getting ashes. Oh, I'm sorry. Whoever that is. Let's see. That's Katie. Getting ashes. Sataka in the house, Wading River. Awesome, you guys. So, ladies, what are you up to for Valentine's Day? What are your things that you work on or bring in? Oh, Ash Wednesday. Thank you, Katie. Got it. I'm in a better place now. I was like, uh-oh.
I didn't get it either. I was looking on my phone. I was like, getting ashes. But yes, Ash Wednesday.
It is.
Thank you for the reminder, Katie, because I should be doing that as well.
Yeah, I'm actually waiting for an ash delivery today. No, literally, Katie. We had to put one of our horses down last week, and they are delivering the horse's ashes today. So I am literally waiting on an ash delivery. Very different than Ash Wednesday there. So yeah, awesome. How about you, ladies? What are you doing for Valentine's Day?
Not a whole lot. We're not doing a lot. We usually celebrate just like a normal, like an extra I love you, make a nice dinner.
Yeah.
And sometimes, we'll get like a little something, like a card, get the kids a little something. And yeah, that's about all we do. We don't do anything too exciting.
That's what we do too. We
Yeah.
there's no like going out to dinner or anything like that. Usually my husband cooks. That's what he plans on doing, and he likes to last night go over the menu with me to make sure that I'm
That's
cool
so
with
cute.
it. But yeah, we try to just keep it healthy because again, just having a celebration or a holiday doesn't mean that you have to deviate. Because for me, like if I eat a bunch of candy or a bunch of sweets, I ended up not feeling well. And then I start to have this idea of like, I don't even want to celebrate that stuff when it actually is a really nice holiday to celebrate. Like we like to get each other cards, like my daughter will be involved and we'll just cook dinner and stay home and enjoy that.
Yeah. I've got my little, there it is on the screen. I got my little heart cut out. So
Aw.
my plan is, we're going to write out a bunch of little hearts about what I love special about each kid. And so it'll be on their doors when they wake up tomorrow morning.
Oh, I love that.
All the things on the door, but I'm just kind of telling you guys about that and thinking about that, like when's the last time we've done that for ourselves, right? When's the last time you actually sat down and wrote out a list of things that you love about yourself? So what would it take for you to do that? Type in the comments right now. Give me one thing that you absolutely love about yourself. Put that in the comments because the self-love, you guys, self-love is so super important. And we really want to focus on it. I know Carissa talked a little bit about, some of that came up last night. And those of you who are part of our community and you were in our group class, there was some discussion around self-love, very appropriate with Valentine's Day coming. But, what is something, type in the comments, what is something that you love about yourself? Because we're so good about everybody else and we forget to bring that inner love. Awesome, Brian. You love that you're friendly and love to help others. Jen, your strength. Beautiful, you guys. Keep them coming. And I challenge you for Valentine's Day to give yourself that gift of love, right? Give yourself that gift where you are taking care of yourself and acknowledging yourself. Because I don't know about you guys. So, I'm a little type A and, there's the list of things and that I always see the gap of where I want to be and where I am or what I'm doing versus what I want to be doing. And I'm always really present to the gap. And sometimes it's hard to step out of the gap and just move into that place of acknowledging like, hey, look at how far I've come. Look at the things that I am doing. Look at all of these wonderful things. So it's really important to bring in that positivity about yourself because sometimes we talk to ourselves in ways that we'd never talk to anybody else. Anybody type yes in the chat box if you can relate to that. I mean, ladies, what do you think?
Well, yeah, go ahead, Kylie.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, I feel that. And it's crazy because I normally when I have like a thought like that, about myself where I'm like, I wouldn't say this to somebody else. Like I instantly realize it and it's just wild, even if they're like inside thoughts, it's just get out of there. I don't want that.
Yeah. Like yuck, delete,
yes,
literally out.
Yeah,
absolutely. Good. What do you think, Carissa?
I feel that way too. We're all our own biggest critic. And we were talking last night in group coaching also, like no one can kick your own butt more than you can kick your own butt. So sometimes I just acknowledge that, like how far I've come with that negativity, and I wouldn't speak to a friend like that. So why do I speak to myself like that?
Yeah.
And it's really that shift in perspective that kind of starts helping that to be like, wow, so cruel to myself, say such nasty things to ourselves sometimes. And we all do it and we're all guilty of it. And instead, I kind of just tried to explore that with curiosity instead of course, judging myself again. Like, how dare you talk to yourself? That's so wrong and so bad. So instead, I'm curious about it, to be like, well, where does that come from? And why do I treat myself that way? Because there is a part of me that loves myself because I am on this journey and I do the job that I do. So, it's having both of that. And I can relate to you, Danielle, too, because I also, too, love to have that like perfectionist. I love to be the poster child of whatever it is I'm doing. And then sometimes I forget, like, it's in the journey, because it's in the mistakes and it's in the failure where I'm learning and growing. It's not in the succession. It's not like succeeding. I'm not growing there. I'm growing in the muck and growing in the mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely. It's absolutely true. And we forget, we forget those things. So you guys, we're here at Lunch and Learn Live today to remind you, right? To get out of the muck, to give yourself that love, that gratitude, that appreciation, because sometimes, or oftentimes, I'll reframe that. Oftentimes, when we self sabotage, it is because we are stuck in that place. And sometimes it's like, oh, what's another day, or oh, who cares, or whatever. Maybe it's better if I don't even do this anymore, or what have you, because it's that negative chatter, that negative self-talk. I mean, it's the stuff that for those of you who are familiar with our breakthrough program, where we work on the limiting beliefs, where we work on those negative patterns, where we really work on reframing those things, dealing with those past traumas so that you can move forward without those ties that hold you back. Like, that's a really big part of what we worked on in the breakthrough programs with our breakthrough clients. I mean, Carissa, you're head on there with all of our clients, working through those things in our breakthrough programs.
It's phenomenal, just the integration, because we talk about too, like, you're wanting something, but you're feeling something different. So to be able to integrate those two, like, that's where like that power comes from, because then you're really able to move forth in getting exactly what you want. It's absolutely incredible. Breakthrough coaching is incredible, and people gain so much from it. Everyone should do it.
It's one of my favorite programs. So
yeah.
I love all of our programs, right? And certainly our wellness journeys are really important for getting our clients out of that place where they're really stuck with their chronic health issues. And yes, by the end of their, usually 6-month programs, they come out and they're feeling better and they're stronger and their digestion's better and they're sleeping and all of those things. And right, there's often still these things, these barriers that have to be worked through so that we can actually take the results that we got and have them live on for the long term, and that work is really important because, with all of us, it is like unpeel the layer, unpeel the layer, unpeel the layer. How do we get to that next level? At least that's the way I operate, right? I like to celebrate where I get to, and celebrate and acknowledge the journey and where I've gotten to. But then it's like, okay, I'm here now. What's next? I want to level up. I want to get better. I want to improve this. I want to improve that. Okay, I'm really comfortable over here. What can I do to challenge myself a little bit more? Just keep growing as a human being. And I think that that's an important part. They say that when we stop growing, that's when we die, right? That's when life ends. And it's not just physically when we stop improving physically, but it's also when we stop improving mentally, when we stop improving with our personal growth and our personal development. So that's all super important. And it's all a part of self-love, right? All a part of self-love.
Yeah. There's never really, for me, there's never an end point. It's just a lifestyle. It's just achieving a goal, getting there, learning, growing, and then moving on to something else. Like you said, like elevating, like just constantly going, because that's what life is about. Like I tell clients, and even for myself, like healing, a lot of times people will come into this and look at it as it's some glorious thing. And it is very glorious, but it's very messy in the beginning. It can be. So it's just fascinating to keep going and keep growing and keep learning and keep hitting those points.
Yeah, you guys are in the chat. I mean, comment. What are the things that you are working on? Right? What are the things that you are working on in there? I mean, yeah, Brian, do your best to not be perfect, but to be the best version of yourself. That's really important. And honestly, you guys, if we look around at our world today, we have sort of come to this place where we've come to accept mediocrity, right? We've come to accept that everything mediocre is okay. And that's, I don't know, that's not the way I personally want to live. And it's not the world that I want my children to live in. I want them to strive for better, to continue, like Brian said, be the best version of yourself. And wherever you are on the journey is absolutely perfect. But we always need to look at, okay, what's next? Where am I going to grow next? What's the next opportunity? Where else do I need to heal? Right? Yeah. So Katie, working on being kind to yourself and working on that self-sabotage is a huge one for sure. Absolutely, Katie. Yeah, absolutely. You got to get yourself into the breakthrough program. Really, really key. Yeah. Yeah. What else, ladies? What else do you want to talk about today? Tell me the other things that are coming up, or you guys in the comment section, tell us what you want to talk about. Oh, Jen, I love that you're sharing your journey with your dad. So glad that he's seeing what you're doing and how you're feeling. And Jen, I'm gonna share your story. You guys, sometimes living in this world of like mediocrity and quick fixes. I remember Jen told me a story. She had gone to a wedding and everyone noticed how awesome she looked and how the weight was gone and she was glowing and she looked really healthy. And Jen, you can correct my facts here because it's your story. I'm trying to remember. But if I remember, you had somebody who was sitting at your table who was like, what did you do? What did you take? And the person next to her, she explained, I'm on this journey. I did all of these different things, really about taking care of my health and my diet and my nutrition. And from what I remember from Jen's story was she was saying the lady next to her was like, I don't believe you. Like you must have taken something. You must have taken some sort of magic pill, or maybe she was thinking she was doing some crazy weight loss injections or something like that. But that's the society that we live in. But the truth is, you guys, those things, they are not sustainable. They are not for the long term. They are not something that works ongoingly into the future, unfortunately, right? Or fortunately, because we have to learn in the journey. We have to learn. It's part of our development. I don't know. What are you ladies thinking?
I think you're spot on with it. And I don't know if people really realize the health issues that those quick fixes cause, not just internally for our bodies and our organs and stuff like that, but even just mentally. Because like you said, like you're not really learning anything. So when the medication stops or when you have to get off of it for whatever reason it is, what do you have left to fall back on?
Yeah. Yeah. You've actually got to make those changes and have those things shift and change to really be able to have that longevity. It's all, guys, it's all a part of like the growing and the learning and the journey. I mean, I know Kylie, you talk to all of our clients going through their journeys. Carissa, you're right out there with everybody. I mean, what are you guys seeing?
Crazy things. I mean, I was really just stuck on like the whole medication thing because I feel like we've talked about that a little bit, the past couple of weeks, and just an influx and hearing, the story about the lady who thinks that, she was doing whatever. I feel like it's so common. It's so common. I see it every single day, like on my personal social media, and not only people doing it, but ads for the type of stuff. And it literally blows my mind to think that, there's people who go down that journey and think that it is a journey when it's really just a path that ends and there's nothing further. And yeah, I don't know. It seriously just blows my mind. So.
Yeah. I know Jen put in the comments here that people actually argue with you like, oh, it can't be. You can't be getting better by making these lifestyle changes. But it's like what you said, Kylie. It's like a Band-Aid. It's like that quick fix.
Yeah.
It's like the illusion, it's looks like something that it isn't actually.
Mm-hmm. I think of it like a hiking trail, like a beautiful hiking trail that literally just ends. And you can't, and then all you have to do is turn around and go back and you start at, and then by that time it's winter and it's ugly at the, beginning of the path. And now you are stuck there again. And you're like, what the heck do I do? Because it's just, that's all it was able to do for you. So.
Yeah. So now you got a machete through the rest to forge your own path, creating double the work in the long term, right from the side effects and consequences. Oh, you know what that makes me think of? So I had something recently come up, and I really want to share this with the community. And you guys, we got to get something out there to the community because this is really, really important. So you guys, you know 100% the love and respect that I have for Premier Research Labs and I have for their products. And, I might not explain to everybody how important and special their products are, right? But the Premier Research Labs products they're not just like supplements in a capsule or nutrients in a capsule. They're real food in capsules, right? But they are very specifically energetically tested. So like, for example, if you're on, Renaven, which is kidney support, the frequency of that Renaven matches the frequency of a perfectly functioning kidney. Or say Adrenaven, right? Adrenal support, same thing. And this is a lot of the power, the purity, the excellence of the Premier Research Labs brand. And it recently occurred to me, I had a client and I was speaking with her and she had sent me a message and she said, hey, I forgot my coupon code to order from Premier and I missed a couple stuff from Amazon. And my head nearly exploded because we had just recently had a conversation before that she wasn't really getting the results the way that, first of all, I would expect for her to get the results. And all of a sudden it just came together. I didn't even realize that so many people are out there, they're getting Amazon. Yeah, it comes next day. I get that. And it's really convenient that it comes the next day. But first of all, you lose out on the discount. So if you're part of our community, you likely have a discount code to order direct from Premier itself. But you guys, if you're not ordering direct from Premier and you're ordering through Amazon, you are not getting the same product that you are ordering when you're ordering direct from Premier. And that's for a lot of different reasons, right? Number one, so, and this I hope is the least of our worries and not the biggest of our worries. A lot of those things that are put on Amazon, many of them are not the real deal. Like they are fraudulent products. And I actually was speaking with a colleague of mine, and she had a client a couple of years ago that got really, really sick off of a product that they thought was Premier, that they ordered off of Amazon that was not actually what was supposed to be in the bottle, was not actually what it was in the bottle. So there is no regulation on that, you guys. So that's just, that's really one of the biggest things. But the other thing is, you have to understand what's happening at Amazon. So first of all, we're talking about energetically powerful supplementation. That's part of what makes it work. And the way that the manufacturing process of Amazon is those products are scanned and scanned and scanned and scanned and scanned numerous times. Now, you guys who have worked with me in person, we always use the laser before we do testing to remove encoding. Any of you who have traveled, I've said, take those batteries, stick them in, scratch them to remediate them, stick them in with your nutrients because they are going to go through scanners and stuff at the airport and in your travel journey. And you have to protect those nutrients, right? Amazon is not doing any of that. So by the time you actually get those nutrients, they are now encoded, right? And they don't have the same power in life that they have. So now you're investing, and you know, we're investing a decent amount in our supplementation. If you're on a protocol, that's the reality, right? And you're expecting a certain result. But if you're grabbing your stuff off Amazon and it's no longer what you think it is, except you don't even realize that it's not what you think it is, right? And that's just the scanning, you guys. We haven't talked about how long things sit in the manufacturing facility. The supplements must be regulated in terms of temperature and things like that. And that doesn't happen within the Amazon facilities or in their Amazon processing or things like that either. So that is a problem as well. So there's a lot of different issues that come into play when we talk about, I mean, you guys have seen some of it. You want to chime in?
Oh, for clients? Yeah. I mean, even just the fact that, you know, you're not supposed to sell on third-party websites as it is. Like, you have to sign a contract. So my head always goes to, well, who's selling this?
Yeah.
And what are they actually selling? Is it even the real deal, regardless of what you just pointed out, which is very important too, but what is it that someone's actually getting?
Yeah. Well, it's a big deal, right? Even, you know, like I had a meeting with the CEO of Premier last week, and, you know, we were talking about this specific issue, and even them, like, their hands are completely tied, because if they're not like interacting with Amazon, then what happens is all these other people can come in and there's a liability for them. Somebody presents their product, like happened to that lady, and they are fraudulent in what they're actually marketing. Like, that's a problem, because that, you know, that can create a liability that's not even really their liability. So it creates one big headache. So I just, we'll get something out there to the community and send out an email. I don't think I realized it was as much of a big deal within our community as it is. So you guys, do not order your stuff off of Amazon. And if you do, you should not expect that you're going to get the same results, you know. And to be honest with you, I don't even think if you're having issues on your protocol or things like that, and you've gotten your products off of Amazon, it's even difficult for me to help you troubleshoot, because it's not what I'm thinking it is. So we're not even on the same page with that. So you want to make sure that you're really doing that. Who's saying that? Yeah. So Leslie, you should reach out to us before you travel and make sure that you're actually protecting your stuff. So what we do when you travel is you'll take some batteries and you'll scratch the edges of the batteries and put those batteries in with any supplements or any food or anything like that that's being scanned or x-rayed or things like that. And then Leslie, I always tell everybody, never go through that round new machine, because you are being exposed to higher levels of radiation. You're already being exposed to radiation just by getting on the airplane, but now you are double whammying that. And it impacts your thyroid, direct impact to your thyroid, direct impact to your parathyroid. And what most people don't even know is you do not have to go through. So one of the ways to avoid liability, right, is to, of course, make it optional, except nobody really knows that it's optional. So you can opt out. I have never, ever been through those devices. Even if I am running late for a flight, I will never go through those devices, because my health just isn't worth the convenience of walking through the scanner. Think about it. Pregnant women don't go through those scanners. Children don't go through those scanners. And I had a client, his wife actually owns she's a vet. And he told me the story because I was prepping him for his travel. And he actually told me a story. He said, you know, my wife, she has the clinic and they have the x-ray machines, and I guess it's Suffolk County that comes in and they do the testing on the x-ray machines. And so this guy was told in the story, so the guy who worked for whoever did the inspections, I guess, the inspector. So he had traveled and he had his badge with him in his pocket when he was traveling, not even realizing that he had anything on. And the thing that he had on him like measures the radiation and radiation exposure. So they make sure that these people aren't being exposed to radiation. So he had gone straight into the office, and I guess as part of the thing, he submits his thing. And the woman who was reading his detector, she's like, "Are you kidding me? Did you stick this through a machine and have it scan?" Like, she thought he was joking and playing a joke. And the only thing he had done was go through the round scanner at the airport. And I know they have new ones, and I honestly haven't done research on the new ones, but I'm not going through there either. But you guys, you can opt out. So Leslie, when you travel, opt out, right? And certainly, you guys, the preservation of your thyroid and your parathyroid is super important, especially because it's bombarded with everything these days. So, some words of wisdom for you. All right, everyone, we are actually at time. I need to jump into an appointment right now. So if anybody has any questions about anything that we talked about, go ahead and send us an email. You can message front office, FRONTOFFICE, at southbaywellness.com, or you can private message us. I know a lot of you are watching on Facebook right now, so you can go ahead and private message us right through Facebook as well. But whatever questions you have, love yourselves tomorrow. Focus on loving you, because you are wonderful and you are magnificent. And I'll take this opportunity to as well to just let my team know how much I love you, ladies. You are amazing. You are so special, the human beings that you are and what you bring to our community and all of our clients. It's unparalleled. You guys can chime in and agree with me in the comment section for sure.
But likewise, Danielle.
Yes.
Likewise.
All right, guys. Love you all. Happy Valentine's Day.
Lots of love, everyone. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.